to the bloods of Yahshael the Christ, the true son of AHAYAH. I want to refer us to the book of Romans chapter 18. I'll read from verse 18 to 32. Though I know I'm speaking about this word in one of my previous videos that AHAYAH gave me the grace to make, which is called the wrath of AHAYAH, the wrath of God for dark hearts. However, I only spoke briefly. I didn't expatiate on it. I want to expatiate on it this time around. And yeah, let's see what AHAYAH has to say. Verse 18 says, "For the wrath of AHAYAH is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and all unrighteousness of men, who suppress the truth in unrighteousness. Because what may be known of AHAYAH is manifest in them, for AHAYAH has shown it to them." I'm going to stay a little bit from there. He says, the wrath of AHAYAH is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and all unrighteousness of men, who suppress the truth in unrighteousness. Okay. The question is, what is the truth? Yahshael said, "He is the truth and the life." So what is the devil? The devil is the lie and the death. These people have come and they've suppressed the truth in unrighteousness. They've lied to us regarding the name of AHAYAH, his true name. They gave us a name to be calling him. They've lied to us where the true people of AHAYAH, the true seed of Abraham, are. They've lied to us where the real temple is. They lied to us. They've lied to us, basically. I don't know why we still believe these people. They've lied to us in the medical aspect. You see, let me just say one thing. You see, these people, there is a cure for the diseases that is going on here and there. But no, they don't want to cure. Because if they cure, and they won't have any revenue. They won't have any money coming to them. So they're like, you know what? How can we make money from that? How can we generate much more money? Let's give these people something that they will keep on nursing. You know, they hated Yahshael when he was in this world because he healed people. Physicians couldn't collect money from people because they were healed. Yahshael spoke one word and they were all healed. Many touched the hems of his garment, they were healed. So no money for the medical team. And this is what these people don't want. They suppress the truth. And the funniest thing is that AHAYAH has revealed all these things to them. Verse 19 says, "Because what may be known of AHAYAH is manifest in them, for AHAYAH has shown it to them." These people, they know the truth. Verse 20 says, "For since the creation of the world, his invisible attributes are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse." Do we not see the birds in the sky, or the way the sky is, or do we not see the water, or the air, or how fire is performing its function, or the sun and the moon that come at the appointed time, or the stars that are in the sky? Do we not see all the invisible attributes that are clearly seen? They are understood by all these people. These people understand. They understand, so they are without any excuse. Verse 21 says, "Because although they knew AHAYAH, they did not glorify him as AHAYAH, nor were thankful, but became futile in their thoughts, and their foolish hearts were darkened. They knew him. They know AHAYAH. They know he's AHAYAH. But they did not glorify him as AHAYAH. In previous videos I've made, I spoke about Isaiah 45. It says, let the potsherds strive with the potsherd of the earth. Can I just give an illustration? An illustration whereby, let's say a baker or someone who makes chocolates. So now you make all your several chocolate sweets, and you put them in the container, and you close up the container. And now the chocolates that are inside the container now say, who does he or she think she is, even self that created us the way we are? The thing is, the creator, the chocolate creator, is not inside this container where all these chocolate sweets are dwelling in. So how dare these chocolate sweets open their mouths against their creator? That's the way it is for AHAYAH. AHAYAH does not dwell in this world, and it sits above the heavens. Is not anybody's mate. How can we not acknowledge him? He can take away our breath within less than a second. 21 says, though they knew AHAYAH, they did not glorify him as AHAYAH, nor were thankful, but became futile in their thoughts, and their foolish hearts were darkened. AHAYAH left them to go astray. Verse 22 says, professing to be wise, they became fools. Is it not true? AHAYAH says the fear of AHAYAH is the beginning of wisdom. When you don't fear him, you lack wisdom. When you lack wisdom, you become a fool, a foolish person. As Psalm 14 says, the fool has said in his heart, there is no AHAYAH, which means you don't acknowledge him. Verse 23 says, and changed the glory of the incorruptible AHAYAH into an image made like corruptible man, and birds, and four-footed animals, and creeping things. They're just creating whatever they want to create. Creepy. Creating things that are just abnormal. Verse 24 says, therefore AHAYAH also gave them up to uncleanness in the lust of their hearts, to dishonor their bodies among themselves. Verse 25 says, who exchanged the truth of AHAYAH for the lie, and worshipped and served the creature rather than the creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. That's self-explanatory. Verse 26 says, for this reason AHAYAH gave them up to vile passions, for even their women extend the natural use for what is against nature. Verse 27 says, likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, bond in their lust for one another, with men committing what is shameful, and receiving in themselves the penalty of their error which was due. Verse 28 says, and even as they did not like to retain AHAYAH in their knowledge, AHAYAH gave them over to a debased mind to do those things which are not fitting. Solomon says the heart of man is madness. It is pure madness. I'm just going to be plain here. I'm sorry. The colorful people, as people call them, the A, B, C, and D, whatever it is. Do you not realize that they themselves are not stable? They themselves don't understand themselves. They themselves are confused. Today they will say they are A. Tomorrow they say, I think they will say, they might think they are B. Tomorrow they will change them. They are unstable. AHAYAH gave them up. Said, and as they did not like to retain AHAYAH in their knowledge, AHAYAH gave them over to a debased mind to do those things which are not fitting. These people don't have a clear mind. Whoever does not acknowledge AHAYAH is dead while still alive. It's called madness. These people are mad. They are foolish because they refuse to acknowledge AHAYAH. They have debased minds. They are not thinking straight. They are confused. That's why you see people killing themselves. They are depressed. All in the name that they are laughing. But in their deepest heart, they don't have peace. They will never have peace because what they've refused the AHAYAH of peace. AHAYAH said, and receiving them themselves the penalty of their error which was due. There is a penalty for for what these people are doing. Don't join them, children of AHAYAH. Verse 29 says, being filled with all unrighteousness, sexual immorality, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, strife, deceit, evil-mindedness. They are whisperers, backbiters, haters of AHAYAH, violent, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things. Let me just stop there. If you listen to the real news, all these attributes, you can link it to some of the rulers of this world. You see, they don't want to be ruled by AHAYAH, but they want to rule others. My rule, their rule. But they refuse to acknowledge AHAYAH, who created the heavens and the earth. They said they don't want to be controlled by anybody in the heavens or in the air or in the sky. They are able to control what they want to control. So they want to rule the world their own way. It says they are inventors of evil things. They invent evil. How can you say you want to depopulate the world? You did not create, yet you are corrupting. Woe to those who destroy the earth. Woe to those who destroy the earth. Woe to those who destroy the earth. You can't create, but you know how to destroy. They are like their father, the evil one. He's a thief. He's a destroyer, and he's a killer. Let's separate ourselves, people of AHAYAH. I'll read verse 30 again. It says, backbiters. See, in the kingdom of darkness, there's backbiting though. Don't be deceived. If you see that they're all working together because they all have the same agreement, because they need to function, when they get what they want to get, they start killing themselves one by one. Backbiters, haters of AHAYAH, violent, proud. These people are proud. They don't have any remorse. They are boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, undiscerning, untrustworthy, unloving, unforgiving, unmerciful. 32 says, who, knowing the righteous judgment of AHAYAH, that those who practice such things are deserving of death, not only do the same, but also approve of those things, those who practice them. Amen. May AHAYAH bless his words. Brethren in the Lord, this is self-explanatory on its own. I didn't want to expatiate it before, but I felt moved to expatiate on it. These people know there is AHAYAH, yet they deceive people. They come up with all these theories, which we learned in school. They wasted people's lives learning things that don't profit us, when we could be learning how to fear AHAYAH and the truth. But no, they wasted people's life. And when you come out from kindergarten, you go to whatever it is school, you go to primary school, you go to secondary school. You see how many years we spend in primary school? See how many years we spend in secondary school? See how many years we spend in university? And you come out, they stress you out. People are on loans. People are in debts. They come up with many things. They don't want you to have time for your family or have time for the word of AHAYAH. They give you education to continue with, to occupy you, so you won't have time to do the work AHAYAH has given you to do. I want to ask us this one question this time around. You see, all those rich people that are ruling the world, I don't want to name names. How many of them have education? How many of them? But yet, we people that are working under them must do one thing or the other. Must add this accreditation to their credentials. Must add this, must add that, one education on the other. But these people that are ruling the earth, how many education do they have? The people that made the computers we are using, or the social media we're using, how many of them are educated to the level that their workers are? But yet you must do one exam. We are just piling up certificates, wasting time reading when we could be praying and asking AHAYAH for direction and fearing him and keeping his commandment and training our children in the ways of AHAYAH. Yet they preoccupy people with unnecessary things. People are in debt. People are in debt. So they preoccupy them with work, so that they can pay it. And yet they never finish paying the debts. And they don't have time for their children. So they won't find out the truth. Vengeance is AHAYAH's, and he said he will repay. You go through university, you learn lies upon lies. And yet, even the professors, when they see how enthusiastic the students are, they themselves, they're like, wow, only if these people knew the truth. But they cannot say it because they have to be paid. You learn things you're not meant to learn. Modifications here and there. Now it's even worse now, because they've started even with the little children. They corrupt their minds. They make them confused. They don't want to know. They don't want them to know who they are. They preoccupy the parents in work, and debts. And advertise things, goodies to them, that those ones are like, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. And they have to work hard again. They don't have time for the children anymore. They don't even know what they are taught in the schools. Parents, it's time you wake up. Look at people who go to churches, all they're after is fashion. The truth is not being told. Children of AHAYAH are listening to worldly music. Even the music created in churches are ungodly. The world has entered the churches. Churches have entered the world. There is no difference. See what they are doing. Drag queens in the churches of AHAYAH. And yet nobody opens their mouth and talk. We allow these people to come and change hearts, change children's minds. Children's minds that are like sponge absorbing things, anything. Even the adults are still sponge, not to talk about the little children. Corrupting people's minds. That's why children come up with, I don't believe in God. And even the ones that call themselves Christians don't fear him. They don't walk in his ways. They don't depart from evil. They follow the things of the world. We all dress like the world. We eat like the world. We speak the same language. There's no difference. We do our hairstyles like them. How can children of AHAYAH be dressing like the people of the world? The same mouth and lips you are using to sing praises in the house of AHAYAH, you go out and you sing songs that are not meant to be from a child of AHAYAH, and because you say you want to belong. A word is enough for the wise. I encourage everyone to read this chapter in your convenient time, and don't let it take too long before you do. Maybe you would understand yourself. May AHAYAH bless his words. Amen.